Hi guys, this is Massa from the Great White North. So, you know what? It's been a while since we talked about Flesh and Blood. And, I got my Everfest box. And, like a lot of you, I'm kind of curious how it's gonna move. I did take a break from Flesh and Blood. And not only because I was interested in other games, I just felt that the meta game was just, with Briar coming just after a chain, and I like controlling the board, and I felt like game were too long and I couldn't finish in time. If I wanted to do like fatigue strategy or like blitz wasn't appealing for me because I couldn't finish in time either. And it just like I felt it was all about the same thing, like new champions coming, and that was one of the things that I was worried quite a lot about Flesh and Blood. Let's open this box and I will chat while opening the box. And as usual, they are super hard to open for me because I'm not good at that. But so yeah, when Flesh and Blood came out, at the beginning I didn't buy much, and I was mainly playing on TTS because I played so many games where they make new heroes or new beasties or new tribe for each set, or new strategy. And Yu-Gi-Oh is like that, Vanguard is like that. Maybe that's more Asian games, but I've been living in Japan for so many years. I play a lot of Japanese games, and so my biggest worry though was really that Flesh and Blood become a game where you make your deck, and then each set that's a new hero, and then you get this, and then everything before is kind of obsolete. And because a lot of games resolve like that, and you end up with power creep system because you need to have the new card being relevant. And that's brings to another subject of why rotation are required for most of card game. You might complain about Magic the Gathering saying, oh, they have rotation. Let's look at this pack before I go deep into the rotation system. But I do love the art. I think they have the art style. Flesh and Blood, this is great. And like the layout I think they really nailed in terms of production quality. The print somewhere a bit less good, but with this set the print is really great, and I think the rarity is fine too. We'll talk a bit more about that later. I'm not a big fan of Seismic Steer, just talking about that here, because like you spend one turn, 2 cards to get 3 Seismic Search token. I mean, the blue one is good because it's the blue that, I don't know, it doesn't even cost 3, so no, I don't know. But anyway, that's what we pull. Oh, I'm gonna rant a bit about this set, but like we got a Rolling Thunder, which is a Majestic, which is, I think, really not that great of a Majestic, but yeah, before I talk about the card, I wanted to finish what I wanted to say about Flesh and Blood on rotation. So, when I started Magic, it was beta. It was awesome. I know, kind of hard to get the card, but I got the card I needed to get. Revise came out. Even if I didn't have all the cards, I won some tournaments and stuff like that. Then Ice Age came out, and I was like, okay, cool, I can get a lot of these. But like I was like, wow, those dual lands, they are like pain land, like you need to pay life. Why would I ever play those cards? My normal dual lands are just so much better, and a lot of card was just weak. I mean, I remember Jester Cap and Jester's Mask were the 2 best cards. And Alliance came out, and Force of Will, nobody cared about it, and there was Balduvian Odds that 2 colorless, 2 red, 5/5. When you play it, you discard a card, and that was because Juzam Jin was the king of the ring. Like that was like the best card if you wanted a creature 4 mana 5/5. That was insane. And this was a card that was doing this, and I remember reading Scry or Inquest, I forgot. There was 2 magazines that was talking about Magic, and they were like, this card is nuts. That was the cover, that was what you wanted to get. And this was because, it was still less good than Just Engine. And from beginning, Wizard didn't want to do too much of a power creep, at least at this stage. So I tried a card, and that was not that good, but that was still fine. And what happened is my local game store started to do type 2. So we had type 1, which is every card, including Black Lotus and stuff like that. Type 1.5, where we couldn't play with Black Lotus and Mox. And then you have type 2, where you couldn't play with card from Revised and Arabian Night and Legend. And I was like, what? So you force myself to get those crappy cards that I don't want? And then I stopped playing in tournaments. And I was not the only one. And I can understand your feeling, You get cards because, well, let's check what we have. You have that, Slice and Dice and High Striker. Nothing really great. So yeah, you get cards, you spend money, you get a deck, and then they are asking you to get bad cards to play the game that you like. So you spend money to get bad cards, and that was just insane for me. But retrospectively speaking, so I came back to Magic later, and I stopped, and I came back, like everybody. And this was required, because if you don't have rotation, then you need to make the next set better. The card need to be stronger or relevant, which is not possible. I mean, let's look at Flesh and Blood. There will be a couple of cards that I feel are already power creep. But, well, there's nothing good in this pack to look, so let's crack another pack. Let's say an aggressive card. This is really not that good. Not that good. I wanted to find, there is a ninja attack that is kind of good to check, but let's look at Steadfast, which is still an interesting card, but typically, so that's the blue one. Blue one is like 3, typically you pay 2 cards to prevent 4 damage. And if you want to print a card that would do something similar, but be relevant, then what do? 5 damage? And there is no creature in Flesh and Blood, so it's less apparent, but typically, there's a card inside, and I think we're going to see it. And it compared directly to Head Jab. Head Jab goes 0 and does 3 damage as a red. If you want to make something better than Head Jab, what do? You make it do 4 damage? You add something on it, and okay, alright, so there is a card that does that, and we're going to see it, but how do you do later? You add even more on it, and you add, so what? 0 cost, 3 damage, 4 damage, 6 damage? I mean, and that's where power creep come. And Wizard had this idea of different format, so that they didn't have to read too much about the power creep. It happened because of other reasons, people wanted creatures, and there was Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon, and turned out, there was this marketing push to make green good and creature good, whatever. The thing is, if you have a game without especially a rotation, each set needs to be playable and need to be some kind of better than the old one, or at least propose strategies that can be better. Otherwise, just uninteresting. And except Crucible and Everfest, the set was just exploring new strategy, and there was 1 card or 2 cards for the older strategy. But still, look at what happened. Monarch came out, and Chain Illusionist was super strong. Okay, Tales came out, and Briar, even Oldheim turned out to be good. And this is fine, it's fun and all, but there is a certain limit, because you can't just do better. So that's why I think that rotation are important. And that's why I was very worried about the Flesh and Blood, because I thought it's just gonna die, Like, they can't just make it better and better. How do you do in, think about it, 4 years? The card gonna keep getting better and better and more interesting and more interesting? That just is not possible. So we are at Everfest, and I was actually quite surprised because first I love this ID. This is a supplementary set, so it's like Crucible. So we are getting more cards for all the classes, and they can be better. This is, this is great, and I think we need to have at least one per year like that. This is what makes the game survive. The rest, it brings people, but it's different. And something else, I have another complaint about Flesh and Blood. I want to make a how to play video on Flesh and Blood, and I asked some friends around, and like they say, hey, I have a Boltin starter deck, or I have like Chain starter deck. Is that good to start to learn Flesh and Blood? Well, hell no. I mean, look at the Ira deck. It's like extremely simple. That's how you can learn easily. All those new starter deck, they add layer of complexity. I understand that if you do this kind of non-rotation system, you need to make it more complex and more appealing. But then when you want to teach to somebody new, well, you start directly with like, I don't know, Chain, Illusionist, I don't know. It's like starting directly with Dash. I mean, it's a bit different, but so we need to have like deck like Ira. Those are important, and I'm a bit disappointed by like how hard it is to actually teach somebody directly, like using a deck like Illusionist. I mean, Illusionist is actually quite simple, but like starting with Chain or like with how it's called with Lexi, sorry. It's really important to understand the pitch system, the attacking system, and the block system. So I think, we need to have those Ira deck or something like Ira for each set. Something that anybody can pick up from the store and learn how to play. It's okay, we can have those like advanced starter deck, but they are not to start the play. They're already advanced. And secondly, I'm worried about the power creep. And actually, that's what was kind of interesting. Crucible, I thought there was tons of very good cards. But what I thought about Everfest is that there are a lot of cards that either are just cool, cute, or not especially relevant. I mean, Rolling Thunder, look at that. That's majestic. Roll a 6-sided die. Your next brute attack. This turn get plus X, where X is the number rolled. I mean, I know you can do some shenanigans. This is not great, man. Like, there are tons of cards. Like, look, like Talisman of Recompense. Whenever you pitch a card, if you would gain exactly 1 resource, instead destroy Talisman of Recompense and gain 3. Well, that doesn't block. You can just play a potion. That's gonna be, I mean, I don't know why it doesn't have it. I know this have a go again, but like there are a lot of flavor cards, and I feel they are not that strong. Some are good, but like overall, there are a lot of like the next time you attack, an attack you control hits this turn, create 2 tokens. Would you, and that block for 2? Like, I don't know, man. So, but this is good. Like, it might feel less exciting, but this is good because you can't make cards better and better. It's just, something I wanted to talk about because I see a lot of new games, and I, guys, I talk with a lot of creators and I try to help them doing good games, and I think you need to think long term if you want to make a sustainable game. You should think about your product as a game, as something where people can learn, people can enjoy. It doesn't care that it's card, or it could be a board game, or it could be like a video game. There are the same principles. So, it's not all about the collectivity, it's about how you can enjoy the game and possibly still enjoy it for a long time. And if not, then it's okay. It's okay for a game to be just there for 2 years and go out, So you have to be careful with power creep, and I think they did pretty good. The only thing is, like, because of this non-rotating format, well, it feels kind of unexciting a bit, Clarity Potion. Destroy Clarity Potion up to 2. And that's cute. Like, is it really worth a card? Is it really worth a rare? I don't know. Release attention. Your next arrow attack this turn gain +1 and defense reaction can be played from arsenal this chain link. And that's a blue. It's always hard to. It's just, you know, they are not like in your face. But this is great. So this is great. Because this is, it allows you to kind of increase the level of each strategy, you know, like ninja or whatever, without, you know, creating a new archetype. So this is what I really like, and it doesn't need to be beginner friendly. You know, like for Magic when they started, they had the expert set and the beginner set. And this is kind of the expert set. And that's why, you know, I was really excited about it. I'm just a bit disappointed by, you know, there are not so many cards that excite me, or like, there are some, of course. It's just like, I feel there are so many cards that just feel like more flavorful than actually good. Ride the Tailwind, so I'm a big ninja fan. When it hits the next attack action card with 2 or less damage, you play this chain gain, go again. That's cool. It just, you know, ideally you don't play really action card that costs 2 or less. You want more. Bear Fang, sadly, you know, if you play Brute, you want yellow that attack for 6, doesn't work. Oh, sorry, that's not here. So Coalescence Mirage, I mean, that's also the thing, like, there is not so much room to make things original without going to new hero with a hero based system. This could be alright though. The only thing is I'm never really fan of drawing a card or discarding a card because you can get really screwed, but this is just less good than pulping anyway. Veil Intention, the art is gorgeous. Really, this is very, very beautiful. +3, and if it destroyed, draw a card. Is that really worth 1 card? I don't think so. This I love so much. This is a card that I really like. Not as easy, you know, this is garbage kind of. Like 3 deals 3 arcane damage, and if it's played, it goes in the bottom. What I like is that I'm very excited by the new wizard, because my 2 favorite things so far in Flesh and Blood have been Kano and Oldheim. I love Ice and I like Wizard, because Wizard was actually the only real archetype that was attacking completely different from the other champion. Otherwise, yeah, I attack, I block, okay, good. Alright, I have a trick, end of turn, arsenal, pass, you know. Where Kano was completely different. And I hope we have more Kano. But so we have a nice wizard. Sadly, it's a majestic instead of being a common. But I think that's alright. I think also that I was shocked at the beginning that all the new heroes were majestic, but I think that's okay. If they were legendary, that would be bad. But majestic is okay. So anyway, this is kind of good if you want to run a fatigue deck, kind of, or like a very slow deck with wizard, because you can deck yourself quite a lot. But it come to my other, you know, thing that I was complaining about, is that it's really hard to run fatigue or to kind of run a slow deck in Flesh and Blood, especially in Blitz, because you just don't have the time. And you go to time and you get a draw. And draw are 0 point and everybody's sad and you quit the game. Kind of. Price, kind of cute, but same, like, would you really play that? Like, you look at their hand, you can remove 1 card, but they draw 1, so you typically just lose 1 card. I don't know. Ooh, we have a foil rare. So this is, you know, it's always gonna be kind of, I think once they make a card that do 0 and +4 or deal 4 damage. Well, actually there is card for a card. You know, like this is where they will have to power creep one day, or they have to do something. 0 +3 and defense reaction can be played from your arsenal. How you make better if you want to draw inside this design, you know? That's what is kind of difficult. Pick a card, any card. Very cute. Look at the target opponent card, then name a card, choose a random card for the hand, reveal it. If it's a name card, create a silver token, repeat this process twice. So, I mean, and it's an action, so it's never gonna, like, they need to have 1 card. I don't know. I understand the flavor is cool, but there are a lot of, I feel flavor took kind of over in this set. Oh, a Benji. Alright, I never liked Benji, but this kind of summarize, you know, making a Benji specialization. And what does it do? When it hits, draw a card for each other attack action card with 2 or less base attack you control on the combat chain. It's actually pretty good in a Benji deck. I've never been a fan of Benji, because that's really like a tier, what, 3 or 4? There was a lot of things that I wanted to talk about, and I prefer to do it while opening boosters. I like the quicken. I mean, they have those tokens, but like, why are they not foil? Or like, it's kind of feel bad, you know, like, I don't know, feel bad. Read the glide pass. I mean, the art is top notch. The frame is great. I think the cold foil are also great. The foil could be a bit better. I find them a bit dark, but I guess that's alright. What do you think, guys? But it's alright. Another one. Destroy Potion of Ironhide. Attack action card you own. Gain +1 this turn. It doesn't block, it's a blue. I mean, those potion, I mean, I don't know. Oh, another really cool looking card. This card is actually good. If you have the blue one, I think the blue one is good in the new wizard deck. So what else do we get? Another like rolling dice. I mean, it's okay. It's okay. This card though, I'm kind of interested by this one. While Wax On is defending, attack action card with cost 0. It has +2 defense. So this is kind of really good against a Briar, against some chain, against Ninja. But like, it's so bad against everything else. Like, you just play Flick Flack otherwise. But I don't know, that's a card that I found kind of interesting. I just have trouble seeing, like, in 5 years how they can make it still interesting without rotating some cards. What else do we have? I like the Fatigue Shot. Zoom In. I never actually play seriously Mechanology, so maybe I should try. I'm a big Runeblade fan, but like they did so many Runeblades that everybody hates Runeblade now, so. And we have another foil common. Your next one-hand weapon attack this turn get +2. The next time a weapon attack it this turn, create a copper token. Okay. Oh, that's a cold foil. Oh, just feel bad, man. Like, so the last cold foil I opened was a Majestic, but those, they look great. I mean, I'm gonna take it out of the, so you guys can see. And it's good that there is no common cold foil, so we don't get those like very cheap cold foil. But like, actually, I prefer the common cold foil from Tales because they are playable. Your Halo of Illumination, I think it's called. Those are good cards, you know. This Destroy Amulet of Assertiveness. Target attack gains. When this hit, banish the top card of your deck. If it's an attack action card, you may play it this turn. Activate this ability only if you have 4 or more cards this hand. I mean, it's okay. So ideally, you set this up, and when you go off, you can play 1 more card. And it's only if you have 4 cards. That's a lot of setup. But that's my code for it, so I guess I was ranting a bit about the game, and that's what I get. I like this card, but only the blue one. I think the other one. Oh, we didn't talk about something that is super important, guys. The wrapping. It's this paper. So, tell me in the comment below, like, what do you feel about this? Because, so I do work on clean energy. I'm a researcher, I'm a scientist. I work on clean energy. I think this is cool. but from a practical point of view, I just don't know where I'm going. Like, so if I put this in my garbage with my papers, my garbage guy will just complain and say this is not paper, you know? Like, I don't think people who collect garbage will know, oh, that's Everfest, man. I know this is recyclable paper, so this should go in the paper garbage. I mean, no. Like, they will see it look like something that is plastic and, you know. So I do prefer much more the initiative for, you know, in Genesis, what they do is you're going to collect all your wrapping, you bring them to your shop, and you're going to get a promo. Because from a recycling point of view, what counts is that the right product go to the right recycling place. And I feel, you know, it's really good for the environment that it's paper, but I think 90% of time it's going to go just in the white black garbage in Canada, or at least where I live, with like the non-burnable garbage. And if you put it with paper, I think the garbage collection people will just remove it or complain to you. So, and I don't think you will start to explain, yo, but you know, it's recycled paper. And so, no, that's just, no. So I do like the idea of collecting them and bringing them to your local game store and getting promo out of it. I think in the end, it's better on the environment. So Ride the Tailwind, it's alright. I think there are a lot of cards that are good for Benji. So this card actually I kind of like against Dory, because typically, like, if you use a red one, there's going to be a 2 card that's going to block 6 damage, which is, you know, nothing special. But it's like a defense reaction, and it can also be good against Kano. So I think this is pretty neat. So this is a bit of a pity. What else do we get? Rotary Arm. The next Mechanology attack action card you play this can get +1 if you have boosted this turn. Put Rotary on the bottom of your deck, because you know that if you're aggressive with dash, you're gonna take yourself out. And we have this one that we saw already. We have one more of those amulets. I mean, they do look nice. And oh, I forgot to tell you something. The box is gorgeous. Like, this is the most beautiful box I found. This gives me vibe from like the 90s Magic, like Arabian Night and Flesh and Blood. You know, they did some decoration. You have Fortune Favors the Bold, fabtishi.com, Oddities and Mysteries, Elixirs, Trinkets, Miracles and more, Fits of Strength. I love it, and I mean, the packaging is amazing. So we have this one. Let me remember what this does. Destroy at the end of turn. Take an action card again if this would be put in your graveyard instead put it on the bottom of the deck. Okay, so you waste 1 card to get your like draw of brutality. I don't know, man. T-Bone, hit a stack. If you control a card on the combat chain that was boosted, the defending hero must defend T-Bone with the equipment they control if able. Nothing very exciting. Macho Grande, Blade Runner, Twin Twister, Payload, Pyroglyphic Protection. So like it's a wizard card against wizard. Because it's like prevent the 3 arcane damage that would that source would deal. So you can't just put that and prevent like the 3 next arcane damage from like Runeblade, for example. So this is really just against Kano. So I guess, would it be fun to be like the Ice Wizard against Kano? I don't know. We could try that. Boom. Pry. So this could have been a good Kano card, but this is... Man. This is just too much. This would have... I don't know. It needs to be a bit better. Oh, one more of those. And so I got an extended out of this. And I think they look good. And actually, I kind of like the blue one. I think it's really neat. Because you always need those, like for Bravo, you need those high costs. For Anotos, block 3, blue. I mean, the yellow one is like, no thank you. Okay. Copper. I mean, come on, make it foil. What else do we have? Gorgeous art from Autumn Ricolidis. And I'm very happy that this generation of artists have way to express themselves through card art. Runic Reclamation. When Runic Reclamation hits a hero, destroy target aura they control. If you do, create a rune chain token. Alright, so we know everybody hate playing against control, it's called Prism, and everybody hate playing against Chain. And that's what I was telling you, you know. In a non-rotating system, you either have to power creep or you have to hate the top deck. And I don't know, I don't think that's so healthy. Pick a card, any card, like we say, pretty useless. And slice and dice, which is kind of cool. I'm not really a big wizard guy. This looks more like a bolting card, because you need to have those boosts to get go again. Phantasmal Haze. That's alright, that's not that good. This is kind of funny, you know. When it's destroyed, you may put an illusionist aura card with cost 0 from your hand into the area. And I was just thinking, that didn't... Tell me in the comment below actually, which illusionist aura card cost 0? I couldn't think of any. I'm sure there is, you know, but couldn't think of any. So we see a lot of the same cards. This is my favorite art in the game. Like, clearly, like, this is nuts. Banana nuts. And when it's foiled. So I just wish, you know, they have to lower the value so that it have to be less dark when it's a foil, because when you foil, you know, print on the foil paper, it become darker. It's a small, it's not really round, it's just a comment, you know. It's difficult to put the same file on a normal printer than on a foil printer. Oh, this one, look at that. Seriously, look at that. This is a pure power creep on head jab. Head jab, red, costs 0, attack for 3 with go again, and block for 2. And doesn't have combo. And you want cards that have combo so that you can use them for Katsu, or you can use them with Flick Flack. So what happened here? Still attack for 3, 0, so that's exactly the same thing. Plus, it's a combo card, and if 100 wins was the last attack this combat chain, this attack gains +1 attack for each other card named 100 wins you control on the combat chain. So it's not gonna happen often, but this is a strict power upgrade on head jab, and I was playing head jab already. So, you know, it's just something, you know. I don't know how this can go for so long. It doesn't. I like smelling wrapping on cards, but they don't smell so good, guys. Don't do it. Seismic Stir, you know, going all for the big turn. And no thank you for me, at least. Wait, ride. Yeah, sad it need one more power to be useful. Beautiful card. Wax on. Like I say, I find it pretty fun. Those amulets are great, like the art, but they're really not that good. You destroy it, prevent the next 1 damage that will be dealt to your hero this turn. Activate this ability only while your hero is a target of a sword that will deal damage equal to or greater than your hero's life. So this is, you know, just so that you don't die, but like, is there nothing better that you could do for a blue? Just gain 1 life? I don't know, man. I don't know. I those amulets, I feel have been more like beautiful or like thematic than anything else. I would not play. I would play 3 red one, but I would not play the other one. The 100 wins. Seismic star in the wind, at the fatigue shot, payload, timekeeper, rim, rotary arm, ram. Oh, another one, but a foil one. Talisman of Cremation. Is this one better? When you play a card from your banish zone, destroy Talisman of Cremation and name a card. Banish all cards with a chosen name from each opposing hero's graveyard. That's so convoluted. I mean, I guess you can play it with Chain. And you can theoretically play it with Katsu or with Kano, but like, it looks so bad. High Roller is also bad, like... I see, well... I know, if you have Pipe, Dice is good, but like paying one card to intimidate one... I guess it blocks for 3 and it's a yellow, so... It's gonna be really hard to have big change in established deck, you know? You need to have big reason to do it. Blade Runner foil. Even bigger than that. This is also a garbage card. But that's lead me to something though. There are some cards. Oh, that's the one I like. This one I think is pretty good. It's PvE. I think, in my opinion, I'm a bit, you know, single, solitaire, PvE kind of guy. I buy board game only if they have a single player mode. And now, most of the games that you see on Kickstarter have a single mode because they know that the target are people in their 30s, in their 40s, people who have a bit of money, who don't especially have time to go play with friends. And you know, like if you want to play 5 hours in your board game, most likely you're gonna do it after your kids sleep and you're gonna do it by yourself. So like Gloomhaven was a big success because you can play solitaire, and I came back to board game because I could play solitaire. And there are a lot of great card games to play solitaire, like Lord of the Ring, the Living card game is an amazing game. And I think PvE is really what makes you stay, what makes you enjoy something, because like you will not always be able to play with friends. We are lucky because we have webcam set up now. But if you have a game, I will do a little shout out here. If you have a game like Genesis, where it's kind of difficult to play with a webcam, it would win tremendously to have a good PvE mod. Because then, you know, you can put it... Like, I remember I used to go a lot to my local board game store. And if I see a solo game, card game, I jump on it. That's why I jump on Lord of the Ring when it was there. And I think, you know, having a PvE mod will completely... It will be a game changer. And I could really see like having a collectible card game only for PvE being amazing. You know, I don't think it's needed. I think there is a market big enough so that PvE can be a major component. Macho Grande, blah blah blah. Alright, show me the goodies. Alright, I like the card, so I'm gonna Life of the Party. Ah yeah, beautiful art. You may discard or destroy a card you control named Crazy Brew. So like you want to put a Crazy Brew in your deck just to play this rather than pay the cost. Okay, cost is 2. If you do, choose all modes, otherwise choose one mode. Okay, so forget about the Crazy Brew. It costs 2, it's a brew block 2. That's not that good, it have to be very significant. Life of the Party gains, if this hit get 2 life. Cost 2, attack 2, gain 2 life, block 2, that's bad. It get plus 2. With no go again, I mean, Scar for Scar is like attack for 4, or Snatch, or like, I don't know. Well, this is a blue, sorry. Oh, sorry. Okay. I get go again. I mean, this is still like more or less unplayable. Ooh, I never saw this one. This is gorgeous. from Sad Irfan, which is my new favorite artist. I think it's him or her, I don't know, who did yeah, who did this art. I don't know that artist. If you are this artist, please let me know, and I'm gonna do a special interview for you because I think you are really amazing. The first illusion is attack action card you play each turn has +2 attack. Oh, that's a Spectra. That's a Spectra that doesn't force you or wants you to play control. I think it's a bad card, but oh, that costs 0. I was saying like, oh, you know. So this is cool, you know, like making some micro card synergy in an extensive set, in a set extension like that. This is good, but we still come to the power creep things, because like once we do that, how you do next, you know, it have to be always better and better. I really appreciate that now there are so many ways to see new game out there. I don't think many will survive. I don't even know if Flesh and Blood will survive more than 3-4 years. Look, Final Fantasy was a good game, it didn't survive. Force of Will, I don't even know if it's still surviving. You have really to appreciate Magic and Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Master, those games that survive for so long. This is insane. Healing Potion, ooh, Majestic. If 100 wins, a card that I say is just a pure power creep. Was the last attack this combat chain. Winds of Eternity. Gains +2 attack, and when this hits, shuffle all cards named 100 wins you own on the combat chain into your deck. So why that's a blue? That's a blue 0 combo. Perfect. You know, Find Thunder is a card that is played a lot in Ninja because it's a blue 0 block 3. You need to cost it 0 so that you can pitch it and give your Kodachi go again. But this combo with the rest, so you can still play it. It's not gonna be a maze, it's gonna be a, like, if you combo it with where is it? Come to me. If you combo it like this, you're gonna do 3, and then you're gonna attack for this for 4. But you know, if you can shuffle this back, this will be pretty nice, and there is no really down cost. This is typically like your, this is a very good card. This is a card that I will definitely play 3, and I think that's better than Find Center if you have your 100 wins in your deck. Alright, Twins Twister, blah 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 blah. Oh, I hope we can get a second call for it, because this one is kind of sad. And I want some champions, guys. Life of the Party foil. That's a rare, pretty good. Amulet of Ignition. Destroy Amulet of Ignition. The next ability you activate this turn costs 1 resource less. Activate this ability only if you haven't played a card. Okay. Sorry, I don't get it, man. Why would you not play like just a potion for that? I don't know. Ooh, oh, I never saw this one. Oh, I like this one already. So that's a wizard card. Deal 4 damage to target opposing hero. Alright, so we are talking like either Spindle, I think it's called. If either Wildfire is played during an opponent turn, it's gonna be hard if it's a red one. Until end of turn, action card effects that deal arcane damage deal that much arcane damage plus X, where X is the damage dealt by. Ooh. So I mean, this is like to kill your opponent. Because if you play Kano, if you do a spell during their turn, it's like when you crack the boot, it's when you want to finish them off. So you could play that, and then you can play a snapshot. Then that's gonna be a lot of damage. This is really good. I like it. It doesn't combo directly with Ice Wizard, because you would need to find a way to play. You know, it's not so easy to play during their turn, except with blues. You could play a blues tier than this, but then you need 1 to pitch and you have much left in your hands. So. Alright, give me another cool foil, please. I do like them. Same. Push the value. It's too dark. Okay, nothing really exciting here. So what else do we get? Oh man, this, oh, I got 2 foil magic. Oh, wow! I mean, nothing good, but talk about luck. A foil majestic on a cold foil. That's extremely rare. That's so good. I mean, it's sad that why is it an unplayable cold foil? It's a gorgeous one though. I would have preferred only one and having a majestic, but and I was just telling you how bad I think this card is. Oh my gosh. Anyway, well, I mean, I'm not gonna complain. Like 2 cold foil in a box, that's amazing. I do like the legendary shield though. I wish I can put it and then we can make some video with it. Run blood incantation, nice. This not so nice. Another majestic. Kaio, a guy that I always found very funny to play against because you either win or you lose, but it's like it's completely random. If you would roll a 1 or more dice this turn, instead of roll that many dice plus 1 in your the lowest roll. Okay, so you could combine this with this, I guess. It's just too convoluted, you know. Like, I feel if a combo requires you to have 4 cards that are like a good combo, it needs to win you the game. What else do we get? Foil common, another amulet, and another release tension. Okay. Well, I'm actually excited to, well, assuming I can pull this Ice Wizard, I'm excited to make some video about it. I want to win the cold foil of her. Another, well, that's a lot of majestic today. And that's a pretty good box. If Swing Big doesn't hit the defending hero, create a quicken token when the combat chain closes. What? Oh, because that's an 8 for 2. I can live with that, because actually it's really good to give quicken to your opponent because he's not gonna plan for it. But I'm just, you know, same power creep. We have to think about what can we do, you know, like it can't get better and better. What else do we have here? Oh, I do like this one. Another majestic. Oh my gosh. I guess the more I say bad thing about Fab, the more I will get majestic. Each heroes draw a card until the start of your next turn attack. Attack the target, you have -1. Attack that. Oh, it's actually pretty good. Like, I mean, against Prism, poor her, so much hate. But this is good. This is good. Because you draw a card too. So this is good. And especially in Guardian, I could see it like you pitch something, you play that, you pitch again, and you attack for 6 with Anotos. And the only thing is like it costs 1, so it's gonna be. This is kind of a blessing of deliverance kind of card. You know, you put them because you want to attack for 6. Ooh, another foil of her. I love it. And we have this. I think Runeblade is something that I really love. Viscerai. There is a lot of room on it, and I was disappointed by it. So, Chain was okay, but like Priya, why did she had to be a Runeblade? Alright. No, we didn't get 3 cold foil. Yeah, we got that. So, you know, I think Fab is the best competitive card game out there. I'm still in love with Magic, but I didn't play a long time. And I don't know, I just don't find it rewarding to play. There is no incentive. I don't win special card, I don't win much. Where Flesh and Blood, the community is amazing. And people are cool. People are not but aggressive or anything. I really love it. But But let's look. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 Magic 6, 2 foil Magic 6. So we have 9 Magic 6 and 2 cold foil. It's pretty good, guys. Sadly, no heroes, no equipment, no legendary. But, you know, I wanted to make this video more about, like, talking about the state of the game, talking about many things, because if you just want to look at people cracking packs, you can find somewhere else. I want to give you what I think is important for this business. All right, thanks, guys. I hope you enjoy. Don't forget to subscribe, because that's how I can survive. And I will see you for another video. Cheers.